Hey guys, what's going on? Primal out here with M.A.S.K Tactical. I wanted to show you guys some new stuff that I got in from Directions Bushcraft. My buddy Chris sent me this stuff over. They make really awesome tinder products and fire making products. This right here is their monster ferro rod. This thing is absolutely huge. It's a fat wood handle ferro rod. Pretty much kind of a soft ferro rod. It throws sparks, it just showers them, and I'm going to show you guys here in just a minute. It's got a paracord lanyard with a carabiner on the bottom there. This thing is just absolutely huge. I mean, in comparison to my arm, as you can see, this thing is just a monster. So when it comes to ferro rods, this thing is absolutely awesome. And he also sent me over a bag of goodies, so stay tuned, and I'm going to show you guys some of this stuff and show you how well it can help you in your fire making. Alright guys, so right here we got the monster ferro rod like I talked about already. We're going to dig into that more here in just a second. But in the bag here, he sent me some fat wood, and he sells fat wood by the pound. You can pick this stuff up on his site. It's absolutely phenomenal fat wood, and I'll show you here in just a second how well it is. Super impregnated with tons of resin, and it's really it's probably the best quality flat wood that I've ever really seen. So he's got a bunch of fat wood that he sent me. These right here are called wax rounds. Basically what it is super compacted recycled paper, covered with wax to increase the burn time. And we're going to test those out here in a minute and show you guys how those work. And this little bag over here is a tinder bundle of tons of different things. Here we got a little bit of birch, and just a bunch of different stuff on the inside here. We're going to break that down here in a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys kind of how all this stuff works with ignition. And really, I'm really excited to show you this ferro rod to show you how well it throws sparks. So let's go ahead and dive into it. All right guys, so first we're going to take a look at the wax rounds here, and I'm essentially just I don't know if you have to break these apart, but I've never really used them before, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of break these up and open up the fibers a little bit. That way it's easier to catch a spark. So I'm going to go ahead and break it down as good as I can. Really open up a lot of those fibers on the inside. And we're just going to throw a spark right on that and see if we can get it to catch. So pay attention to this ferro rod. This thing really showers sparks. It works really well. So we've already got a little ember in there in those wax rounds catching up that we could use to drop into a tinder bundle. Let's go ahead and see if we can get it to ignite all the way. So I've pretty much showered a ton of sparks down in there. It's creating a few different embers. You probably can't see them on the video, but there are some embers down in there. You can see them smoking. So you could bellow that, put it in a tinder bundle, and essentially get a good fire going. So let's go ahead and keep some of these out to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and take a lighter and just take a lighter to it and see if it'll actually take that and burn all the way. So here we've got a piece of it. So as you can see, they burn really well. So that would be a good little add-on, to your tinder bundle if you want. Where they're covered in wax, the burn time lasts for a good while. And as you can see, that was just a very small piece and it's burning really slowly. So those work really well. Very happy with those. So now let's go ahead and get some shavings of the fat wood here and throw some sparks into it and see how it does. When you're working with fat wood, it's really impregnated with pine resin, so it's a really tough wood. If you've ever tried to cut into it, it's really hard to, you know, feather pine, and it's really sticky. So be careful trying to get it on you. Make sure you clean your blades after you're done with it. As you can see, just the difference of shaving off the top there. Look at the difference in the actual wood. You can tell a big difference from where where it's really sticky on the inside versus the outside. But we're going to go ahead and get us a little pile together here. And that's really probably all that we need. You don't need a lot of this stuff. It's, you know, you want to use it initially on your fire to help you get it going. But once you get it going, you don't really want to use your fat woods. So let's go ahead and get these together. As you can see, I've got some decently fine shavings here. So we're going to go ahead and throw some sparks on this and see how it does. And there you go. This stuff burns really well, and if you've ever used fat wood, the smell of it is just phenomenal. So if you want to create a really nice smelling fire, you know, use some fat woods. It does burn black where it's so impregnated, but it works very well. As you can see, this whole pile is already catching up. All the resin starts coming out of it, so you can really see just how impregnated this stuff is. Really awesome stuff. I'm really pleased with this fat wood. Alright, so now we've got a little bit of birch bark here, and this is out of the small tinder bundle that he sent. Which also contains this thing here. This is kind of like a Reese's cup for fire making. This is a just concoction of fat woods and different tinder sources encapsulated in wax. And this I'm not gonna light this because I want to preserve it. But as you can tell from everything that we've done so far, you know, combining wax with fat wood, birch, and other tinder sources, you can imagine this thing burning for a good while and being a very great fire starting source. So let's go ahead and throw some sparks on this birch bark and see how it does. Already, first one. Birch bark is really great stuff, so if you're ever walking through the woods trying to get to your destination and come across some birch bark, throw it in your pack. You can never have too much of it. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to do it for the 4 Directions Bushcraft gear, ferro rod, and all the extra things that he sent me for fire making. I'm going to go ahead and read you off kind of a note that he sent me, just so you can get some specs on some of the gear and some insight into his operation and what he's about. The fat wood fire steel is a ferro rod that's mounted on a premium fat wood handle, like you guys can see here, and it's got 550 paracord lanyard and the 4 Directions Bushcraft carabiner, and these are all handcrafted and they have their own unique look. These one-of-a-kind ferro rods come in 2 different sizes. That's the monster one that we've got right there. But the medium one measures in a 4 by 5/16, and the large measures in a 5 1/2. So these are designed to be an all-in-one fire with the fat wood handle that is large enough for many fires. So essentially you can shave your fat wood off of your handle here, and this would serve as an all-in-one fire starting thing. So you would just shave your fat wood off of this and use your ferro rod to ignite your fat wood, and you can get, and that's enough fat wood to get many fires out of, guys. So that's a really awesome thing. The one-time fire is fast, reliable, and sustainable fire every time in any condition. This must-have fire comes in their original 100% cotton bag that measures 3 by 5, so it can be put into any day pack, rucksack, or even a glove compartment in your vehicle, made from 100% all natural materials and designed for long sustainable burn. It can dry out tinder and wood to get your fire going. And that's that Reese's cup looking thing that I showed you guys a minute ago. The wax rounds are small, powerful tinders that will not fail you in any condition. They will work pretty much all the time in any environment. So if you are ever in a situation where everything is soaking wet, the wax rounds will actually prevent water from penetrating that. Obviously, anything covered in wax was going to aid in the prevention of water penetration. But if you're ever in a situation where everything is soaking wet, including you, and you need a fire immediately, these are your go-to fire starters. They're small and powerful, and they burn for approximately 15 minutes each due to a reduced paper recipe that they use. So with that amount of burn time, they can dry out tinder, wood, and they're sold in packs of 5 or 10. And that's this is a personal message that Chris sent me from Directions Bushcraft, just to give me some insight on all the products. Here's his business card. Chris is a really down-to-earth guy, and he sent me this stuff for review to show you guys. I'm always in the market for good quality bushcraft stuff, and it's really important to carry fire making materials that can really aid you to get a fire going fast when you're out in the field, especially in a survival situation. You want things that you can rely on, and I'm not afraid to spend the money on gear that actually is, this gear that we buy is designed to save our lives. So don't skimp out on your gear, guys. Whether it's expensive or inexpensive is not the matter. You should buy gear that you trust your life with. And when it comes to getting fire started, I can definitely tell you guys that I trust my life to Directions Bushcraft fire making gear. So be sure to go check out Chris's website, check him out on Facebook, and go show him some love. Tell him thanks for sending us this stuff and showing you guys this. I'm very appreciative, Chris. I look forward to checking out some more products as time goes by and helping you grow at the same time. So till next time, guys, if you like this video, please remember to comment, like, subscribe. We're trying to put out a few new videos every month now at a really consistently high quality rate. Check us out on the website, M.A.S.K.tactical.com. Till next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.